Hello, we are Marina, Stephanie, Olivia, and Carlos, and we're gonna present how birds meet their needs. Bird species live in most environments. For example, this pelican lives in a marine environment. And this flamingo lives in a place where there's a lot of mud and water. This sexy little penguin lives in Antarctica, where it is extremely cold.
Birds can maintain a body temperature. There are endotherms, which means that they can sustain a constant body temperature, like us humans. Birds are endotherms, which means they need to eat constantly to get their energy. But unlike ectotherms like reptiles and stuff, they can live off their energy for a bit. But birds, because birds live in different climates, it depends how much they need to eat. Like penguins, maybe they need to eat more than a hummingbird because a hummingbird just lives in a warmer environment. They don't need too much energy. Unlike penguins, they need to keep body fat for the winter and stuff like that. Birds have to control their body temperature, and they do that by using their soft feathers. The soft feathers are like an insulation which keeps all the heat in. So whenever there's not enough feathers to keep them warm, they'll have to use their body fat, and if that's still not helping, they'll shiver, which makes their muscles heat up. But when they're too hot, they don't sweat, but instead they just release feathers.
150 million years ago, reptiles could fly. There are only 3 groups of animals that have evolved the adaptation of flying: birds, bats, and insects. People think that birds evolved from all those flying reptiles 150 million years ago, even birds that can fly, like ostriches and penguins. There are benefits of flying, like getting food. Some species of birds get their food by flying over the ocean because they hunt for fish, and others can search large areas for food more efficiently than others. And another example would be migration is possible because birds have 2 living places, one in summer and one in the winter, so therefore it's easier for them because they can just fly, which is a lot faster than walking. It is also very easy for the birds to fly away from danger that is on the ground. Birds have many ways of attracting their mates. For example, in this situation, the bird is flapping its wings and showing off his amazing feathers off to the other female birds to see which one likes him back and see if he can get the one that he wants. But in this situation, the bird is singing. This way, he can see if he can get the girl that he wants. Birds reproduce sexually just like humans, but the shell forms around each fertilized egg while the baby is still inside the female's bird body. But the difference between reptiles and birds is that the reptile's eggs is usually flexible, as a flexible shell, and the shells of the bird's eggs are always hard. When the bird is going to lay its eggs, it usually chooses a place like a nest, and normally this is built by both female and male birds, or sometimes either the female or the male builds the nest by themselves. Birds' eggs always have to be kept at a constant body temperature, so therefore mama birds achieve this is by sitting on the eggs. That's why the eggs are hard shells, so they can support the body weight of the female bird. Or in the case of penguins, it's usually the male that stays with the egg so the female can go hunt for food. But this process is called incubation. And when birds take care of their offspring, there are 2 ways. One of them, the birds leave their baby birds in the nests and they go hunt for food and they bring back, for example, worms and have to feed for them. But then there are some birds like ducks where the mama can take all the little ducklings with her instead of leaving them on a nest.
I got passion in my pants and I ain't afraid to show it, show it, show it, show it. I'm sexy and I know it. I'm sexy and I know it.